Well, Lance was on his way, and the two ladies, Elaine and her Gma, Violet, they were sort of dumbfounded that Lance had. He was sincere. He really liked his shirt with those sleeves, and he went well, he went up Bastelet Street, got on Ave Ave, and started down. And he rode along, and he looked like a mixture of an amalgam of Lil Abner, Popeye with the sleeves, a Swiss guard of the Vatican, maybe, or Petruchio going to his wedding, if you ever saw that that movie, The Taming of the Shrew. But it didn't bother him. He was proud as he could be, and he rode along. And as he rode, as he passed the Catholic church where they had gone and was going into East Richland. He was in that area where Tira wanted to set up the basket case that store or giveaway of basket material. He was riding through there and he noticed that it didn't look like a very rich part of town, but there were some stores there. There was a music store, and there was a pawn shop, and he noticed this stuff as he rode, and he caught Haberbosch Ave, as they'd said, and then headed out, and then pretty soon he was in the countryside. Now it didn't go straight; it wound around. The road wound around because there were inlets and going across bridges and stuff, so it wasn't real straight. But it was pretty level, and the weather was lovely, though dry. The local farmers, especially, they were the ones to notice that it was getting pretty darn dry, and he could see it because this was farm country too, even though it was on toward the bay. And so he rode along, and now meantime, Elaine, she had an idea. She asked her Gma if she could possibly make her some sleeves because it was kind of fun. And Elaine really only had one dress. She'd made a dress for herself, and it wasn't a fancy dress at all. It was really almost looked like a bathrobe. It was off white and it was kind of wrapped around. It looked real nice, and long sleeves with big pockets. That's what she was going to wear, and she was going to go swimming, and so she underneath it she was wearing her swimming suit. Now that was a bit of a surprise to her. It was a bikini, or I don't know, like a bikini, but can a bikini be too small? She didn't know, she hadn't worn it in a while, and she thought, boy, maybe that's a little bit small, but it's all she had, so she was going to wear it, and so she wore that, and she had to dress. But she wanted to have sleeves. She thought, there's that song, Green Sleeves. Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off to skirt your sleeve. For I have loved the air so long, delighted in thy company. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves. She'd like to have some green sleeves. And if her Gma was so handy with the sewing machine and she had more remnants up there, she'd get a couple shades of green, make her some sleeves, add them on in a whimsical way. She'd sort of match Lance. And so she did that. She could do that quite quickly. And actually, Elaine looks stunning in this off-white dress with the green sleeves. Stunning. Now they put together a picnic and some camping material, blankets mostly. They weren't going to need a tent because there was no chance of rain. But they had a place. Elaine or Violet knew. Well, Elaine too. They'd gone there often. There was a place by the beach, a little beach, where they could build themselves a campfire and toast marshmallows or hot dogs or something. So they put something together, got all this loaded up, and they headed off. As I said, a couple hours after, Lance gave him lots of time, and he did take his time. He was enjoying this ride. And it was fairly late in the afternoon when he went by the Deltaville market and headed on. Now, they'd told him that if he got lost and didn't meet them up with them, remember the word Bertolac, because that was the name of Tira's cottage, Bertolac, and people would know that probably. Or if you couldn't remember that, just remember the green land, like Greenland, the green land, because her cottage was green and everything around it had been planted in such a way that it was green, and people knew that area, so they could guide him. But the thing to do was to go to the Keg and Oyster, and just wait there. And Lance found that no problem. He went in because he was thirsty and thought he'd maybe get a bite to eat. He went in and he sat down at a table, and before long he heard a voice behind him, a woman's voice saying, "Nice sleeves."